Thank you, Stephen. With that being said, we want to start things off by asking trainer Bob Santos, typically more so in the background, an opportunity to be trainer of the year if you make some opening comments.
Well, first off, I want to thank Stephen Espinoza, Al Heyman, Louis DeCubas Jr., and Gervonta for this opportunity. We're really thrilled to go against, to me, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world, and so we're excited about the opportunity.
Okay, awesome. Well, now I want to invite you, Hector, to come on up to the podium. Felix Figueroa is here. Swing on up. Go ahead. Opening comments.
Just some opening comments.
Some opening comments. Some opening thoughts.
Ok. Primero, quiero darle gracias a Dios por todo. Gracias a la compañía PVC, SHOWTIME PPV, a Gervonta, de Cuba Junior, por esa oportunidad. Siento extremadamente orgulloso por las oportunidades. Estar aquí me ha costado mucho llegar. Por eso, por la misma razón, le seguiré demostrando al mundo y a toda la República Dominicana y al campeón Gervonta Davis el por qué estoy aquí. Gracias a mi equipo de trabajo por el gran trabajo que estamos haciendo, incansable para estar en óptimas condiciones el próximo 7 de enero de 2023.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank God for having given me this huge talent for boxing. I would also like to thank Showtime, everybody. I would like to say also that I'm very happy to be here. I have worked extremely hard to make it here. I am sure I am going to put up a good show for the world, for the boxing fans, for the Dominican Republic, and that's what I've been doing lately. I would also like to thank Gervonta and my team, because all my team has gotten me ready to be here and to be ready for the January the 7th fight.
Well, Calvin, nothing new here. Been here, back in DC, right down the road. What makes this fight different? Why take this fight?
It's important to us. Trying to take the hardest fight that everybody say we don't take. And Hector, he's coming to fight. He had 2 impressive wins already. He's a world champion. You know, to me, to do a lot of talking, taking easy fights. We never took a fight that we was not told we had to take. We take any fight that they give to us. This is the fight that we asked for. I always tell youngin', the road to success is through DC. When we was young, we had DC. You know what type of party we're gonna put out. Can't sleep on him. He's coming ready. His manager, coach, Santos, we already went on once. We got another task again. It's gonna be a great night that night. Everybody's paid for this fight, see this fight, it's on. Cause my little young guy, a lot on his mind. He gonna make y'all remember him. We don't do no talking. We gonna show y'all. So come the 7th, be ready. So y'all gonna get an event that night.
All right, thank you, Calvin. Champ, back home, I'm slide out the way and let you say some words here. Go ahead, rock and roll.
I just want to say appreciate everybody for coming out. Another event, man, that we gotta get to. You know what I mean? So I've been working hard. I definitely appreciate the everybody that, you know what I mean, came out and today, and the undercard is stacked. I ain't gonna lie, it make me feel like I ain't even know there was so many boxers that was gonna be on the card. So it's a surprise to me, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm back in the amateur, so I definitely want to call out Boots for sure, one of the young lions that's coming up. Yes, sir. Boo Boo, you know what I mean? Another lion. What's your name, bro? Rashid, for sure. You on the card too?
Yeah.
Facts. So it's definitely a lit night. Definitely a lit night for boxing. We got Damon on that mayor. I ain't gonna lie, coming back to DC was like, you know what I mean, I had to, you know, make sure my guys and, you know what I mean, people that paid the way for me was on the card. So I had to, you know, get that word in for, you know what I mean, and Lamont Peterson. You know what I mean, they definitely on the card for sure. So definitely give them the opportunity to show up. So definitely appreciate y'all for, you know what I mean. Jaleel, you on the card? Yeah. For sure. So look, young Jaleel on the card. So we coming back home to Boogie, baby. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody for coming out. Once again, we're gonna go back into training camp. We're not sleeping on this guy. I know we got 2 fights lined up, but this the main one that we focus on, because, you know what I mean, there's been a lot of talks in the boxing world, and I ain't really trying to do no more talk. I'm ready to, you know what I mean, go through everybody, you know what I mean, that's in my way, so, or in that division, that 135 division, so, but, you know what I mean, this Garcia is the first person that we gotta focus on, so we gotta get through him first. So, again, I appreciate y'all for coming out. See y'all January 7th.
Well, Hector, this question is for you. When you hear everything that people say about what the past year has looked like for you, this opportunity, do you still feel that you're being overlooked in this situation?
Cuando usted ve todo lo que los últimos comentarios que la gente ha hecho sobre usted, ¿usted siente que de alguna manera no le han prestado la atención que se merece?
No, eso no me preocupa para nada, porque yo soy el peleador y soy el que subo allá arriba y sé lo que tengo que hacer. Basta con yo prepararme al 200% para estar ready para el día de mi pelea.
No, I'm not worried at all by the things that people say. I know who I am, I know what to do, and I'm the one who does the fighting. I know that my preparation has been good enough, and I am ready to give 200%.
Okay. Calvin, knowing that you have 2 fights that are set up already, and you think about...
We got 1 fight, that's Hector. Don't want to talk about that, period. Don't even ask me a question. So people out there, please don't ask me a question. Hector is on my mind. He's been on my mind 2 months before we even knew we had him. You know what I'm saying? Bringing a lot to the table. Everybody's starting to really look at him now. They know he's the real deal. But like I said, the road to success is through DC. We are in DC. Hector's standing in front of us. So we know what we got to do. I feel sorry because we have so much pain. You get what I'm saying? And we need to release it before we go to that next level. And Hector is in the way. So was that.
Okay. Bob, your thoughts in regards to training for this fight coming up? What has been different, especially moving up in weight?
We haven't done anything different that we've done in the past. That said, you know, again, everybody really should tune into this fight. It's going to be an all-time classic. Again, like I said, Gervonta, pound for pound, to me, is one of the best fighters in the world. At this point in time, he's the best 135-pounder in the world, in my opinion. I've been in this sport for a long, long time. I've been around a lot of champions. And this fight kind of reminds me, I worked with Joel Casimir, one of the greats I fought on Showtime many times. And Casimir versus Corrales was a classic, and I'm expecting that kind of a performance. And I think Gervonta is going to bring out the best in Hector, and I know Hector's going to bring out the best in Gervonta.
Champ, being back here at home, you laid out a lot of the folks that are going to be on the undercard. You started here in DC. You got this big fight on the 7th of January here in DC. What does it mean to you to be back home and not be opening things up, but to open opportunities up for other fighters?
I think this is important. You know what I mean? It's definitely important. You know what I mean, to be able to open up, you know, ways. I mean, well, ways for other fighters that, you know what I mean, to showcase their skills. You know what I mean? I think that's very important to be able to come back, and that's what it's for, bro. You know what I mean? Once you, you know what I mean, have that, what I want to say, like, you make your stamp, your mark in the sport. It's about coming back and try to, you know what I mean, show other people, you know what I mean, it can happen. So showcase that skills at a high level. You know what I mean, I definitely, I always try to push to have like a lot of up-and-coming guys that's coming after me, or even on the same, just try to get them on the card just so they can showcase their skills. And you know what I mean, it's enough for us all to win. I mean, I feel as though that's a major goal for us. Once we make it out, definitely come back and show other people that it can be done.
Well, Hector, this is for you. You heard that all of the focus is just on you, nobody else. We know that you're going up.
You've been talking crazy too.
I'm gonna ask him about it. You're taller, you're moving up. We all know about Tank's power. Do you feel that you're going to go into this fight, not just have a height advantage, but will you have a size advantage, period? Are you ready for the power?
Héctor, usted, escuchamos decir que usted dijo que en qué se enfocaba, usted se enfoca solamente en sí mismo, trabajo, no se enfoca en más nada. Usted es más alto, tiene más aptitud. ¿Usted siente que eso puede ser una ventaja que puede ser exitosa, por favor?
Bueno, yo tengo sí la ventaja del tamaño, pero yo me adapto al ritmo de mi rival. Yo sé que es una tarea dura, porque es el tanquecito un hombre. Yo sé que
Champ, being back here at home, you laid out a lot of the folks that are going to be on the undercard. You started here in DC. You got this big fight on the 7th of January here in DC. What does it mean to you to be back home and not be opening things up, but to open opportunities up for other fighters?
I think this is important. You know what I mean? It's definitely important. You know what I mean, to be able to open up, you know, ways. I mean, ways for other fighters that, you know what I mean, to showcase their skills. You know what I mean? I think that's very important to be able to come back, and that's what it's for, bro. You know what I mean? Once you, you know what I mean, have that, what I want to say, like, you make your stamp, your mark in the sport. It's about coming back and try to, you know what I mean, show other people, you know what I mean, it can happen. So showcase that skills at a high level. You know what I mean, I definitely, I always try to push to have like a lot of up-and-coming guys that's coming after me, or even on the same, just try to get them on the card just so they can showcase their skills. And you know what I mean, it's enough for us all to win. I mean, I feel as though that's a major goal for us. Once we make it out, definitely come back and show other people that it can be done.
Well, Hector, this is for you. You heard that all of the focus is just on you, nobody else. We know that you're going up.
You've been talking crazy too.
I'm gonna ask him about it. You're taller, you're moving up. We all know about Tank's power. Do you feel that you're going to go into this fight, not just have a height advantage, but will you have a size advantage, period? Are you ready for the power?
Héctor, usted, escuchamos decir que usted dijo que en qué se enfocaba, usted se enfoca solamente en sí mismo, trabajo, no se enfoca en más nada. Usted es más alto, tiene más aptitud. ¿Usted siente que eso puede ser una ventaja que puede ser exitosa, por favor?
Bueno, yo tengo sí la ventaja del tamaño, pero yo me adapto al ritmo de mi rival. Yo sé que es una tarea dura,
porque el tanquecito es un hombre. Yo sé que el tanquecito es un campeón, es libra por libra, y porque yo no puedo hacerlo.
Well, I do know that I have an advantage because I'm taller, but at the same time, I know that I can also adapt myself to the rhythm of my rivals. And I know that Tank, it's a hard opponent, it's going to be a tough rival, but I know that I have what it takes.
Okay. Tank, I'm gonna let you get the last word in response there. Before we get to media questions, also want to ask you, being here in the nation's capital, your profile is large, you're a global superstar and celebrity. DC, different type of a town. Is there anyone in particular that you would love to see come out to this fight at Capital One Arena?
Shit. Yeah, everybody. I ain't gonna lie. To be back in DC and fighting Ari, I got them on the card. The people that I wanted to come, and that's Lamar and Anthony.
Open questions up and take questions from the media. Go ahead.
Hey Tank, off to your left. This whole journey, dream come true or well executed game plan?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Your journey that you're on right now, dream come true or well executed game plan?
I ain't gonna lie, it ain't a dream come true. It's just me trying to get over that hump. That's it. I don't think that, you know what I mean? I'm not there yet, so I feel as though I gotta get over this hump. That's what it is.
Tank, this is Gervonta from Chontastic Model, Baltimore. How you doing, sir? Tank, we talked about when you had the homecoming about 3 years ago. I want to know, because I know about you, what is the inner motivation for you for this fight? I'm not talking about money, I'm not talking about, what is the inner motivation for Tank Davis to take this fight?
No disrespect, but to come get niggas. That's it. That's my motivation.
West side, baby, west side.
I'm talking, man. I'm trying to get them.
James Weller, Boxing Source. Actually, this question is for Coach Calvin. Now, you talked about, being in there in camp with Tank, and that he has a newfound focus, particularly for this particular camp. Like, what is it in this camp that stands out of what Tank's doing in comparison to anything that he's done in the past?
He's awake. He's coming into the man that we've been training for years. He controlling everything now. He's starting to understand it. He's putting on his big boy pants. We understand that this fight is the main fight to the other fights. When I talk to him, I'm not talking to little Tank anymore. I'm talking to the grown man Tank. For being with him for so many years, it's amazing to see a kid from a man to a grown man. And this fight is everything. The show, stop playing with him. Give him his props. They still don't want to give him his props, but that's good. We're from the mud. We like playing in the mud. The 7th, come and watch this. We're putting everybody on notice. Everybody.
Hey, Tank, Gene Wong from the Washington Post. You mentioned how much you're looking forward to fighting back in DC. The city has such a rich boxing history. You're the headliner at Capital One for the first time since Mike Tyson. DC's also hosted fights with Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Riddick Bowe, Lamont Peters, you mentioned. What does it mean to you to follow in that line of just some of the all-time great fighters to fight in DC?
It just, I ain't gonna lie, it felt good to be back home. You know what I mean? Just, like you said, amongst the greats, just be able to come back home and put on a great performance and put on a great event, things like that, be able to get everybody together and, you know what I mean, have a great, I say party, you know what I mean, because that's what it is, you know what I mean, we grind in the gym, a lot of people don't see that, so come, them big events, it's time to show up, you know what I mean, and I think that it is important that, you know what I mean, when you be able to come back home and be able to bring everybody together and there's no drama and things like that, I think that's important, that's what we're doing, you know what I mean, so coming back home is definitely, it's a big mark for me, I mean.
And Mikey from DC Mike TV. Calvin, how you doing, Calvin? Tank, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a few years. I've been knowing you since you were about 17, 18 years old. You've always been a quiet kind of guy. Do you like this role right here, like as far as you getting all this attention plus money, or would you rather just have the money and kind of be below the radar?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot that come with it. I'd rather get my money and just chill, you know what I mean? But it's a part of the sport, part of the sport, so I'm just ready to shut everybody up, you know what I mean? All the talking that's going around, that's floating in the air. I'm ready to put them, you know what I mean? Shut that ass up.
And I got one more. I've been talking to a lot of people about this fight, and you know, most people would say, you know, they would look over Hector, but a couple people do not look over Hector. Why do you guys think that a lot of people are looking over Hector? Obviously, you know, he's an Olympian. He beat, you know, Chris Colbert. Obviously, he's I think a champion at 130, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you know, why do you think a lot of people are overlooking Hector?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, nah, but it's two fighters that I think it was this year or last year that was saying that they was gonna knock somebody out, and it was like a step in opponent, and that was Teofimo and Chris Colbert, you know what I mean? And he won them, both of them wound up getting touched up. So I always knew not to, you know what I mean? When I was coming up in the pros, and we all signed up Al Heyman. We was fighting, you know what I mean, ducks and things like that, and a lot of guys, prospects was getting clipped because they was going in there, you know what I mean, just throwing and not even thinking like, I'm actually in a fight, you know what I mean? So I was always them guys that stay focused and know that everybody in front of you is a threat, you know what I mean? So we know that Garcia coming, you know what I mean? Not to say I watch him. I watch him a lot. You know what I mean? I watch all my opponents. You know what I mean? Even down to training. I know what they're doing day in, day out.
This question is for Tank. This is Edward on the Ropes Boxing. I wanted to talk about you put yourself in a situation where you wanted to help the next generation. You talked about that at the press conferences in Baltimore, that you've always wanted to help those that are coming behind you. I wanted to talk about a young man, Jaleel Hackett, who's here from DC, who's been a part of your training camps in the past. First got to meet him at the age of 16 in your camp. Why was it important for him to be on your card?
We've been knowing Jaleel since he was you know what I mean? So it's definitely important to, you know what I mean, have a guy like him, because I'm not too far from him. Like, I was, you know what I mean, coming up just like him, you know what I mean, in DC, and coming to rooms like this when down there Adrian and Lamar and Anthony was all them was, you know what I mean? So I'm just doing what, you know what I mean, I feel as though it's right. I feel as though that's the way to do it, you know what I mean? And he's a next young lion. Just as well, we got Stacy over there, we got Mia, we got a lot of young people that's coming behind me, Damon, just everybody, just, you know what I mean, a lot of guys that's coming behind me, and, you know what I mean, I just want to be able to get them the platform. I think that's right.
Hey Jake, this is Matt Paris from the Washington Times. Stephen was talking over here. Sorry. Stephen was talking about kind of how maybe other fighters would have just skipped this fight and go past it. What do you kind of make of that? Do you think that separates you in this sport, that you're willing to take?
What you mean skip it?
like, just, you could have fought Ryan Garcia instead in April. Like, what do you kind of make of that you are willing to accept this challenge right away?
No, it was just because, I don't want to say, but it was for different reasons. You know what I mean? It was for different reasons, and we just had to take him. You know what I mean? So.
All good? All right, what we're gonna do is ask you guys to stand up.
Hey guys, let's stay down. Amanda, you got it?
Saturday,
You got a little
January
bit for me.
7th, Capital One Arena, Washington, D.C., the WBA Lightweight World
got it,
Championship. Gervonta.
All right, guys, turn on, face the front now.
Hector Luis Garcia goes down on Showtime pay-per-view Saturday, January 7th.
All right, guys, we're ready. We can turn around.
2023.
Right here in the front row. Right here in the front. Hector. Hector. All right, guys, right here in the front row, right here. For Amanda, please.
And Sam, we're going to bring in the other fighters.
Okay.
Tank will
Can
load
we
up
do-
the fight
can we-
card with you too, okay?
Okay. Guys, in the back. Can you look in the back of the camera all the way back there?
Conmigo no, conmigo no. Leve, leve.